Welcome students to ND's English Grammar channel on YouTube. Here I have for class 11 supplementary reader. The topic is Ranga's marriage, a critical analysis. This is important before understanding the story. Ranga's marriage is a short story by Masti Venkatesh Iyer that explores the theme of tradition, culture, and social change. The story revolves around the marriage of Ranga. That is why the title. A young man who has returned to his village after studying in the city. The story highlights the tension between traditional values and modern ideas. As Ranga's family and friends try to arrange his marriage to a young girl from a neighboring village whose name is Ratna. However, Ranga is hesitant to marry someone he has never met and instead wants to choose his own bride. He expresses his views also in the story as you read. Through Ranga's character, the author critiques the traditional Indian practice of arranged marriage, highlighting the need for individuals to have a say in their own lives. The story also explores the theme of cultural identity as Ranga struggles to reconcile his modern education with his traditional upbringing. Overall, Ranga's marriage is a thought-provoking story that challenges the traditional social norms and highlights the need for individual freedom and autonomy. So students, this is the critical summary. Therefore, it is essential. The story is a contrast between Ranga's knowledge he gathered in the city and his village life and village traditions and beliefs, and that in a marriage a boy should have his own say. Now a few short questions have been answered here. What is the significance of the title Ranga's marriage? How does it relate to the theme of the story? Very important. Ranga's marriage is significant because it highlights the central theme of the story, which is the tension between traditional values and modern ideas. The title also emphasizes Ranga's individuality and autonomy as he struggles to make his own decisions about his marriage. Number 2. How does the author portray the character of Ranga? What are his strengths and weaknesses? Very important, students. The author portrays Ranga as a young man who is torn between traditional upbringing and modern education. Ranga's strength includes his independence, self-respect, and desire for individual freedom. However, his weaknesses include his hesitation and lack of confidence, which make it difficult for him to assert himself. And you have seen in the story that he likes Ratna, but he could not express it because he was shy and hesitant. And that is why the author had to make plans to take him to Shastriji and gave him hint that some girl is inside his heart, which he was not expressing. Then on the way back home, the author went to see Ratna and tells Ranga that the girl he expected is married. And at these words, Ranga's heart broke. And that is how the author understood the heart of Ranga, and he was sure that Ranga would marry Ratna. And as a result of author's plan, Ranga marries Ratna, and they were happily living as couple, and they had children too. Now question number 3, who is the author of Ranga's marriage? Masti Venkatesh Iyer. What is the main theme of Ranga's marriage? The main theme of Ranga's marriage is tension between traditional values and modern ideas. Number 3, what is Ranga's attitude towards marriage? Ranga is hesitant to marry someone who is never met and wants to choose his own bride. During the conversation with the author, Ranga expresses that he could not marry a girl who has milk stain in his mouth and who is so young that who would not understand his words of love. And he also mentioned that one of his professors married at high age and they were good couples. And then he also mentioned a drama, Kalidas's Sakuntala. So by this way, Ranga tried to express that marriage should be between two matured people and by consent. Who arranges Ranga's marriage? Ranga's family and friends arranged Ranga's marriage, but the marriage was mainly done by the author, as we see in the story. What is the significance of Ranga's education? Ranga's education represents his exposure to modern ideas and values. Number 6, how does Ranga's family react to his hesitation about marriage? Ranga's family is surprised and disappointed by his hesitation, though in the story nothing of this sort is mentioned. What is the outcome of Ranga's marriage? Ranga ultimately marries a young girl from the neighboring village whose name is Ratna, and they had children and was living happily as couple. Number 8, what does the story reveal about Indian society? This is very important. The story reveals the tension between traditional values and modern ideas in Indian society about marriage and other practices. Number 9, what is the author's message in Ranga's marriage? Very important. The author's message in Ranga's marriage is that individuals should have the freedom to make their own choice about their lives. Number 10, what is the significance of the story's title? The title Ranga's marriage highlights the central theme of the story and emphasizes Ranga's individuality and autonomy and also self-respect. So students, I hope this will help you for last hour preparations. Please read the story thoroughly and try to understand. This is a very enjoyable and interesting story. You will enjoy it. And I will give some more questions for you. Please follow and subscribe ND's grammar channel on YouTube. Wish you a very, very good exam.